What's going on, everybody? Rob A here, and today we're taking a look at DreamWorks Voltron Legendary Green Lion. Now this is the, for me, it's the final piece of the lions that I needed to complete the entire set, but Green Lion here is piloted by Pidge and forms the left arm of Voltron, so the left arm and of course the shield up on the shoulder here. You can see Pidge does get a little, I don't know exactly what to call it, a little scooter majig, we'll just call it. And you can see it's painted up, probably not as well it is. Yeah, there you go. So you see Pidge in the little speeder, I'm sorry, on the back here. Not quite painted up that nicely, but you do get a couple of paint apps here and then just a big black blob on the end, but that's alright. We also include the hilt and part of the sword for Voltron here, the blazing sword, as well as a nice vine beam shooter in the back there. Presumably you can either replace the shield with or attach in addition to. I'm not entirely sure yet. It looks like it replaces on the back here, so that's fine. Green line and red line to form Voltron sword. Yeah, there you go. Great. So yeah, 20 plus points of articulation, etc., etc. Should be pretty cool. Nice and big. Of course, representing the power of nature, the Green Lion guards and protects by creating Voltron's shield. Even though you cannot actually create the Voltron shields in these large legendary versions, but that's alright. We'll give it a pass. Because it is big and fun and neat. So I'm going to go ahead and get this guy open, and we're going to check out the Green Lion in just a moment. Alright guys, so here we have the legendary Green Lion, and as you can see, it's nice and sizable, just like the others. You do have a nice shield on the back here, which is pretty awesome. You can see the lion face with the opening and closing jaw. The jaw is spring-loaded. You can kind of see the spring right under there. And it opens a fair amount, and you do get a nice molded like weapon thing, a beam cannon, whatever you want to call it. It's like a flamethrower sort of doodad. They shoot all kinds of different things in the show, so I'm not sure exactly what to call it. The lower jaw is a little bit weird. I think maybe the design elements here are a little bit on the big side. Doesn't quite allow the lion to close its mouth all the way, but I think overall it looks okay. Yeah. So there is a fair amount of articulation in this guy, and we will look at that in just a minute. But first I want to show you guys right under here. Just like with the other legendary lions, there's a little trap door down here, and if you open that up, you can see Pidge, as we saw before, with the little speeder. And it's an exact likeness, don't you think, right there? There's absolutely no detail, sculpted in there. It's just, you can tell it's a person, and that's about it. But I mean, it's a nice little addition to the set, and you can just kind of see it there, and you just stick Pidge and the scooter or sled or speeder, whatever you want to call them, right back in there, and it tabs in rather loosely, but you get it, and you just slide it back in there, and that can stay in during the entire process of transformation, Voltroning, and whatnot. So pretty cool. Articulation is as follows. You've got a rotation in the head with a ratchet there. You've got ratcheted front forelimb shoulders and elbows. Let me go over that way. You've got some ratchets in the front paws. You do have a ratcheting waist, as well as a ratcheted side-to-side waist swivel. Rear legs are, of course, ratcheted at the hips. And you've got all of these joints here are also nice and ratcheted, with the exception of the back feet, which are just soft ratchets, but they still ratchet. You can see the detents in there. They still ratchet, they still hold fine, but they're not those solid clicky joints that we're used to. You can see we've got a nice stumpy little tail here for the limb, for the arm, I should say. And that's, that's about all you're getting for articulation, but it's quite a bit for, for something of this nature, I guess. Let's try and just get it into a semi-natural position here. Yep. If I could just. Alright, we'll call this close enough. So, like I said, you do have the shield up here, and this does just peg on by this little peg on the top here. It can go into either port, here or here on the back. And you can move it to the back in order to attach the, what was it, vine cannon, I think it was called. So it's keyed, so you just plug it in the proper direction, and it'll just sit right back there on the back of the line. And then you can, I was going to say, you can rotate it around, but you can also fire the missile, which was unintentional. But it does have this little vine missile, and it fires okay. Not quite as strong as the Red Lion, but it does the job. And I guess that's supposed to be vines. Just looks like, I don't know, just look like charged particles or something to me. But it does fire just fine. And last but not least, the Green Lion does also come with a piece of Voltron sword. Unfortunately, mine, right out of the package, had a couple of paint chips in it, which is unfortunate, but, them's the breaks, I guess. So, you can see it is nicely painted for the parts that do have solid paint on them. And it just attaches to the other half of the sword. That comes with the Red Lion, but we will look more into this in the Black Lion / combination review, so stay tuned for that soon. But I will go ahead and show you guys how to turn the Green Lion here into an arm, because you might be curious. So we're going to leave this shield right back here. We're going to pop off the cannon. You can leave it on, but we're going to pop it off just to kind of get it out of the way, and it'll help facilitate in opening this part up, which we need to do. So let's do that first. Let's go ahead and open this up. And actually, I was incorrect. We should take the shield off because it gives you more room to access that. So you open this up, you can see the little speeder down in there. I'm going to rotate the lion arms, or the lion legs, right back in here. And then fold them all up. And then fold them all up. And then we can close this up, and you just want to make sure it tabs into the neck there. And there we have part of it finished already. Then you just want to take the back legs, just fold them up like so, and just crunch in. And that's really all you have to do, is just crunch it all in until it clicks together like that. Then you're going to take the tail, and you're going to push just gently. You don't want to try and force it. You want to maybe wiggle it around until it kind of finds a happy spot where it's comfortable going in. And then you can see it's got a little raised bit there, and you just tab that raised bit in, and it should stay just fine. And there you go. You have an arm mode. Let me back this up a little bit. So there's the arm. We'll flip out the connector, and there you go. So the arm has rotation at the bicep. It'll have an elbow, and you might want to move these out of the way. During combination, or in combined mode, I actually find that I like these kind of up, actually, because the shoulders on Voltron are very low looking. So this would not only give you more elbow room, so to speak, but it'll also deal with that. So it's got a bicep swivel, got the elbow joint. It does have a wrist swivel, so you got that going on as well. So very cool, very nice for combination there. And last but not least, I do just want to show off the green line with the rest of the Voltron crew. So let's pop the black line in here. It's going to get large very quickly. Pop the red line. And blue. Beep, boop, 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 boop. And yellow. And we'll just pull this back a little bit so you guys can see not only my messy desk, but also the lions all together at long last. And we'll put a Lego minifigure in there just to give you guys a sense of scale. These are very large figures and really, really nice. So yeah, that is the green lion with Pilot Pidge. So that's going to do it for this review, guys. I want to thank you so very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button. It really does help me out. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll be back with the final review, the Black Lion and Voltron himself, soon. So stick around for that. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.